Well, good morning, everyone. It is time to rise and shine. It's one more day, one more that you're on top of the ground, and the ground, of course, is not on top of you. So I'd say that's a lot to be thankful for this morning. It's a Monday morning. It is the 24th day, believe it or not, in November 2025. This year is slowly but surely leaving us, isn't it? Yes, it is. Hopefully, we'll be here when the next one comes. But if we're not, make the best of what you get. So, good morning. I'm Kevin Elkins, and we call this show Decisions. We call it Decisions because everything we do in life requires us to make one. And when we don't make one, well, we just made one. So, you can't get beyond it. The question is, what are the consequences of your decision? Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine.
We change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that. In the quiet of the morning light, hands raised high, in pure delight, thankful whispers in a gentle breeze.
It's a tough world, no matter what anybody says.
Grateful
It's a tough world.
heart,
Getting tough for every day. Don't give up. Don't give up the ship.
Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take.
Just remember, the only way not to fail is not to try. I'd rather fail from trying than never win for not trying. So it's time to get up. Hey, listen, I know it's a Monday morning, it's a little chilly outside, but not too much. It's good to go. Next up, our daily bread, and we'll come back with the other things. We've got an interesting day for you today. I hope we do anyway. Okay. So, good morning.
Through valleys deep and mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight, in every shadow you are my light. Thank you, Lord.
Hi friend, and thank you for joining me for today's Our Daily Bread devotional. I'm Sheridan Boise, and I've called today's encouragement Wise Advice. When the roof of Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral caught fire in April 2019, its ancient wood beams and lead sheeting created a furnace so hot it couldn't be contained. After the cathedral's spire dramatically fell, attention turned to its bell towers. If the giant steel bell's wooden frames also burned, their collapse would bring both towers down, leaving the cathedral in ruins. Pulling his firefighters back for safety, General Gallet, commander of the Paris Fire Department, pondered what to do next. A firefighter named Remy nervously approached. "Respectfully, General," he said, "I propose that we run hoses up the exterior of the towers." Given the building's fragility, the commander dismissed the idea, but Remy spoke on. Soon General Gallet faced a decision: follow the junior firefighter's advice or leave the cathedral to fall. Scripture has much to say about taking advice. While this is sometimes in the context of youth respecting elders, most is not. Proverbs says, "The wise listen to advice. Wars are won with it, and only a fool fails to heed it." Wise people listen to good advice, whatever the age or rank of those giving it. General Gallet listened to Remy. The burning bell frames were hosed down just in time, and the cathedral was saved. What problem do you need godly advice on today? Sometimes God guides the humble through a junior's lips. Today's scripture reading is from Proverbs 6, verses 20 to 23. "My son, keep your father's command, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always on your heart, fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For this command is a lamp, this teaching is a light, and correction and instruction are the way to life." Let's pray together. Father, we bring to you the problems we face and the decisions we need to make today. By the power of your Holy Spirit, would you please give us the humility to seek out and receive good advice from others today, from whoever's lips it comes from. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Good morning, Jarhead. Okay, we get it. We get it. We get it. We get it. Anyway, that's our own. That is our own young people out at the armed forces sung by our own people. Macmillan International Academy, right here in Montgomery, Alabama, of humanities and communication technology and all that stuff. And I love what they did. We all the veterans out there a couple Fridays ago, we loved it. I tell you what, now, so hey, why give that credit to the armies and the air forces? Band. They get enough credit as it is. We need to give some credit to our kids. Okay, now it's a Monday morning, and we got a lot of things to talk about. But Monday morning, on Monday mornings, I do play a hopefully it's something that'll change your perspective about life. And we know everybody you meet, everybody is going through something. Everybody's going through something. And maybe, just maybe, listening to this today will somehow it will somehow make your burden a little lighter. And sometimes it's easy to get motivated if you realize that you're not the only person going through something. Everybody right now, everybody, especially this time of year, is going through. So at least from what I saw yesterday on Ann Street and all them turkeys they was giving away on, that was just one place. I mean, the lines backed up, so everybody needs a little help, and our job, of course, is to help a little bit, and for the ones who can. So we do appreciate it, those folks. And first, let me tell you, first of all, our show's been sponsored by One Stop Wireless, 334-320-2988. They're at 3445 Atlanta Highway, on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. These folks are fantastic down there. And if you got a phone that you had in your drawers for years, a year or so, and you don't want to give it back to them because you just don't, for whatever reason, they can turn old phones on. Get them working for you as long as there's no mechanical issues with it. You need to take it down. I'll give them a call. First of all, ask them about your phone, 320-2988. Also, they got all kinds of, they got home phone numbers, $22 a month. If you want a landline, you just want one. Everybody's got a cell phone. They even got cell phones. Some plans only go $25 a month. I'm telling you, they're one of the best in town. I've been with them for 10 years. And no, I don't need Cricket phone yet. No, not that. I don't know if they got the Cricket. But hey, if you do need a Cricket phone, they may have one for you. So you might want to go down there and give them a call. They're right there next on the corner of Coliseum Boulevard and Atlanta Highway. Okay. And they got internet for $45 a month. There is a slight fee to get set up, but after that, it's $45 a month. And you can it's wireless, and you can take it with you anywhere you go. Okay, because it runs off cell phone towers, so it really is a nice thing, and you don't have to put wires all over the house if you don't want to, and and you don't have to pay the outrageous prices that other people charge you. So I'm saying $45 a month, and you got wireless internet in your house. Okay, so give those guys a call, 320-2988. They will certainly appreciate it. If you do, I'd appreciate it too, because I told them that we are going to. You don't have a Garrett, what? You don't have a cell phone? You're the only person in America that don't have one. Everybody's got a cell phone. Really? Yeah. Okay. We got to get you some counseling, something like that. We need to do something for you, because evidently you're not hanging out with us as regular people. So we're gonna get you some counseling. Just leave your number in the messages right there, and I will have somebody at the VA, somebody come to call you about getting a cell phone. Okay. I'm just saying you might want to think about that. Okay. And don't forget Helping Hand. Helping Hand is official now. We are in the for the folks who are already given, we appreciate you. And these are the ways to give to Helping Hand. I'll explain to you what we do this time of year every year, and then you'll get it. Okay, we'll get to that later on. We'll get to that later on. But we're certainly going to need a little help this year because a lot of folks having a little more complications than they had. Government shut down for a while and things like that. So, but we're going to make it. We're going to make it through. Today's message, it is the power of hope and the heart. If you add both of those together, you have a winning combination. I think you'll hear that. I think you'll love this story. It's not very long, but you'll love this story, and it is outstanding. This story will teach you something about who you are. Okay, it teaches me things about who I am. Anyway, enjoy this, and we'll be back right after this to talk about other things happening. And are the Democrats guilty of sedition? Well, we'll talk about that and other things later on in Washington, D.C. I mean, the Democrats are those congressmen and senators guilty of sedition because they are encouraging them to disobey their commander-in-chief. Whoa, that's a big one. That's worse than what happened at January the 6th. It's worse than what happened in January the 6th. Also, we got another story about a lady who beat the hell out of her child. Got the video, beating the hell out of her child because she mad at him. Listen, I understand you getting angry at your kid, but what she did was centering on total abuse. She should never have any more kids. Anyway, let's go to this story right here. How to fight through the worst day of your lives. We'll be back.
Was diagnosed with an incurable cancer of the central nervous system called neuroblastoma stage 4. Doctor said no chance of survival. Take your boy home and allow him to live the next few months with his family because there's nothing that we can do. But like everybody in this room, we all have choices, and the choices that we make each and every day can reshape and remold and redefine our future. My mum asked one question. I don't want to know what the chances are of my son dying is. I just want to know what the chances are of my son surviving is. The doctors gave me a 96% death rate. They said, go home. But my mum looked at my glass being 4% full and not 96% empty. But the next day, a doctor came in from America. He said, we're trialing a drug. It's called DTIC. Never been trialed on humans before, only on animals. We're going to trial it on 25 kids. And I truly believe that outside of love, hope is the most powerful word in the English dictionary. This instilled hope into our lives. We started this drug 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. Within 1 month, 20 out of 25 kids had passed away. Within 90 days, 24 out of the 25 kids were dead. My mum, she would sit there and she would watch a doctor come in and zip up a body bag and wheel them out because of the same drug that she chose to put me on. I say to people all around the world that I'm one of the lucky ones. But I never say I'm one of the lucky ones because I'm still alive. I say I'm one of the lucky ones because I wasn't my mum. My mum had it tough. She had to make a choice to inject the drug into a child that has killed everybody that had ever taken it. Until one day I was finally allowed to go home. The doctor said to my mum, your son, he will never go to school, he will never play sport, he'll be a housebound baby, and if he reaches his teenage years, it'll be a miracle. But we believed in miracles. And my mum wanted my dreams to come true. When I was lying in hospital, my mum bought me a Velcro glove and a Velcro ball. And she'd sit at the end of the bed and she'd lob the ball to me. I'd catch it and I'd throw it back. Till she gets further and further away until eventually I said to her, I have a dream, and that dream is to one day play baseball in America. And people laughed at me. Nobody in your life will tell you what you can do. They'll only ever tell you what you can't do. My dream was to play baseball in America, and I wanted to do everything in my power to make sure that happened. And there was a lot of hiccups along the way. I had my first heart attack when I was 12. I had glandular fever, I had bacterial meningitis. But people kept telling me I wouldn't do it. So it made me work really hard to make sure I could do it. I was lucky enough at the age of 17 to sign a contract and live in America and play baseball. But as you know, life is like a roller coaster. You can get to a pinnacle point in your life and it can get taken away from you in a heartbeat. At the age of 18, I was playing baseball in Phoenix, Arizona. I slid into a base at second and I woke up 3 days later. And at the age of 18, I suffered my career-ending heart attack and I was sent home. I was a depressed boy. I thought life wasn't fair. And I would pray every night, but I wouldn't wake up in the morning. I just wanted God to take me. But I kept waking up every morning. Yet every time I've been knocked down, I always remember what my mum's taught me. Son, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up that truly determines the quality of your life. When I got home, I got a job in banking. This guy, day 3, tall old guy came in. He said to me, Michael, I'm Tom, I'm the CEO, let's have a chat. I had no idea what CEO stood for, but I just went in there and listened. He said, Michael, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? I had no idea where I was going to be in 5 years' time, but my mum, she always taught me, son, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll end up in the stars. So I said to him, Tom, in 5 years' time, I'm going to take your job. He hated me. Don't ever say that to your boss, okay? They do not like you when you say that. But within 12 months, I was the youngest bank manager in Australia. Within 2 years, youngest area manager. 3 years, youngest state manager. Within the 4th year of being with this company, I was the youngest national sales development manager for one of the largest companies in the world. At the age of 23, I had 600 staff, had 120 banks around Australia and New Zealand. I made lots of money. I lived in $1 million house, had a $100,000 sports car, wore the Armani suits and the Rolex, and I reported directly to my mate Tom. But can you imagine if we look at success not about the materialistic possessions that we can take from this world, but rather what we can give back to this world that makes it a better place than what we found it? I was fortunate enough to be in a position to be able to do something for the most inspirational, the most influential, and the most loving person I've ever met, and that was my mum. On June 16 last year, I was lucky enough to put a pink ribbon on a door to a brand new home. And I got a chance to buy my mum a brand new house. To be able to give back to someone that has sacrificed so much for me is without a doubt the greatest gift. It puts a smile on my face knowing that I've been able to help her. And when I was 7, I heard through the curtains the doctor say to my mum, he will never go to sport, he will never play baseball, he will never ever go to school, and if he reaches his teenage years, it'll be a miracle. And my mum, she walked out, and I said to her as if I didn't hear, what did the doctor say? And she said, everything's going to be okay, son. When I was 12, I had a heart attack, and the doctor said to my mum, he will never play sport again. She walked out, and I said, what did he say? And she said, everything's going to be okay, son. And earlier this year, I finally got a chance to return the favour. Unfortunately, earlier this year, the doctors found 4 tumours in my throat. I've never seen my wife cry so much in all my life. The doctor said to me, Michael, we're sorry, but tomorrow's not guaranteed. You need to slow down. But that's one thing we all have in common, because no one's guaranteed. I think that life is not about the amount of days that you live on this earth, but it's about what you fit into those days that allows you to live a remarkable life. And I remember driving home, and she called me, my mum, and she said, Mike, what'd the doctor say? And I said to her, Mum, everything's going to be okay. Every one of us, every single day, is blessed with the air that we breathe, the opportunities that we have. And I challenge you every single day to get out of bed and do something that your future self will be proud of.
Every day, get out of bed and do something that your future self will appreciate. That is a challenge that we all have to deal with every day, no matter what comes our way. No matter what comes our way.
I was diagnosed with an incurable cancer of the central nervous system called neuroblastoma stage 4. Doctor said no chance of survival. Take your boy home and allow him to live the next few months with his family because there's nothing that we can do.
We already did that one. But anyway, that's some great advice. That's some great advice he gave. So anyway, sorry about that. I was going to do that all over again. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well, finds you doing pretty good. Now, before I try to take any calls, I just want to share this with you guys, because for you guys who haven't seen this, this is something that happened, I guess, in the last few days, last week or so. A woman decided that she just had enough of her. She just had enough of her child, and she's just gonna beat the hell out of him. She just gonna beat the hell out of him, and I believe in discipline. Really, I believe in discipline. But there's discipline, and then there is abuse. And I believe wood is good. But okay, sometimes we can take it a little bit too far. Okay. As we will see in this thing right here. Now, if any of you folks out there are treating your kids this bad, okay, I'm really treating your kids this bad, yeah, we want you to go get some psychological help. Okay, we do. We want you to get some psychological help because you got issues. Okay, I'm just saying, nobody needs to knock the hell out of their kid this much. Okay, I know there are days you want to. There are days there are days you want to. Okay, but you really can't do this. So anyway, now you guys tell me what you think is going on here. Okay.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times, the beating lasting about 15 seconds. And it is difficult to watch.
I think
the woman then pulls the child up from the sofa by his hair, then unleashes a torrent of profanity.
Get up! Get up! Everybody else is saying, please move to your goddamn work welcome.
I think the woman's got issues.
This video has also been viewed by investigators with the Mobile County Sheriff's Office, who identify her as 44-year-old Randy Nicole Staples of Grand Bay. But some viewers may recognize her as Mrs. Nicole Staples, a second-grade teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy. This is her booking picture from Mobile Metro Jail earlier this evening after being charged with felony willful abuse.
People are entitled to discipline their children how they choose, but that went well beyond discipline. It was abuse.
Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch calls the behavior in the video repulsive.
It was sickening to see somebody that just could, repeatedly, strike their child.
Yeah,
and then snatch them by the hair and yell and cuss at them.
Yeah,
and then I think the last strike was across his arms. Just that was
that was terrible.
There was never any question or doubt that she was ultimately going to be arrested.
Sheriff Birch says making the video even more confounding is Staples' reputation at Cottage Hill Christian Academy, which in May posted on Facebook that she had been chosen Teacher of the Year.
And it's, almost like a
Hey, listen, I understand. Your kids sometimes can take you to places that you don't even think you could ever go. Kind of like husband and wives. We can take each other to places sometimes that we just, it looked like she was having a meltdown. I mean, we don't know what's going on in her life or whatever the case. I mean,
it appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child.
Right there.
The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times.
22 times.
The beating lasted
22 times in 15 seconds. I mean, what 15, 20 seconds? That's a little bit too much. I mean, I'm all for discipline. Most parents are. We but come on. And here's the thing. Don't ever whoop your child if you're angry. Okay, really. Don't ever do that because listen, it's possible that she was hitting them quite fast. But don't ever hit your child when you're mad. Really, it just because whatever the problem is, it exacerbates by your anger. And I'm just saying, in this, listen, I hope they forgive her. I mean, at least he had his pants on. He didn't have his buttocks out there because he'd have been woke. He couldn't sit down today. But I do believe in discipline. But I just think that was a little bit okay. I mean, 22. Let's see the woman 22 times in that many seconds. I mean,
12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times. The beating lasting about 15 seconds. 14, and it is difficult to watch.
18, 21, 22. You hit him more than 20.
The woman then pulls the child up from the sofa by his hair, then unleashes a torrent of profanity.
And she cussed him out like she'd been drinking that night. I'm just saying, that we don't need to go there. Okay, we need to discipline our kids, but I mean, I got to tell you something. If that child had found a weapon in there and hurt her, listen. I can't say how to blame them. I mean, we don't mind being a little disciplined, but see, that's the kind of, when you do that to children, then you got to lock your door to your bedroom, because at some point in time they're gonna become very, very angry, and that right there. Yeah. I know that. And listen, bro. I hear what you're saying. Our black parents used to beat the hell out of their kids too, kind of like that. And I thought that's abuse. My mother put some whoopings on me like that, and I got the hell out of there as soon as I could. There's a way to do it and a way not to do it. Okay, but 22 it was more than 22 seconds, 15 seconds of hitting. She hit him more than 22 times, but she did 22 in 15 seconds, they said, and the rest of it came out in the interim. And the words she used against him when they weren't, they didn't put it on YouTube because they beeped the words out. But she was talking to that young man as if he was a grown man that just came in from drinking. I don't know what he did, but he's still a child. And children do things that are absolutely terrible. Sometimes they do. They can't help it. They just, that's just where they are. That's just where it goes sometimes. I've done them. You've done them. Everybody's done them. Some things I really hate. I really hate. I don't have any guests today. I'm all the guests you need. I don't have any guests all week long because I'm only working until Wednesday. And then we're going to take the rest of the week off, like everybody else is. But we'll get started next week. Okay. So anyway, so I shared that with you first thing this morning, and I got one more thing to share with you. This is one of those. Let me see if I can find this. Over the weekend, last week, some senators in Washington D.C. Before we get to any local things, the senators in Washington D.C. And I got the video here where they went on television and pretty much told our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines that they did not have to obey the President of the United States if they think that the order is illegal. Does anybody know what the standard for the military is when it comes to whether or not something is illegal? Does anybody know what that standard is? Okay. Well, you are going to be surprised when I tell you what that standard is. Okay. Now, I hope there aren't some young men out there, and at the end of their thing, they said, well, we got your back. Yeah. Well, when they take you to Leavenworth, okay, when they're taking you to Leavenworth, you're going to see just how much they got your back, brother. you are going to see how much they got your back. Okay. Straighten that what up. Straighten that. No. They told. And I got the video here because as soon as I can find it, I'm gonna play it for you. So there's no ambiguity about what I'm telling you, because what I am telling you is what they did. They went out there and those people. As a matter of fact, I'm with the president on this. They should be charged with sedition. Okay, and that every last senator that came on that television should be charged with sedition. And I believe now most of us don't know what sedition is, do we? No, we don't. That's okay. I got the definition of for you right now. So I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is. As soon as I can find this video here right quick, you're gonna doggone sure well know what it is. Okay, I'm just telling you now. Where's it? Okay, here we go. Right here. Here we go. Right here. Okay. Now, and you'll see what it is. Okay, let me put it right there. Then you guys will see. Now, and listen. Y'all tell me if y'all think what they did was absolutely was absolutely wrong. And
the Pentagon just issued warnings for airlines in the Caribbean, telling
wait,
them
hold
to
on
exercise
a second.
extreme caution because of increased military flights. Right now, there are hundreds of U.S. Navy,
Hold on
Marine Corps,
one
and
second.
Air Force jets flying among those trying to go on vacation to the
Okay,
islands.
now, okay.
Whether the Trump administration actually goes to war with Venezuela is yet to be
I don't
seen.
see anything
But
about the war with Venezuela if they decide to go. But here is the video. Let's see if I get to. But here's the video that where these so-called congressmen of the senators and congressmen of the United States of America. This is, this is. I've never seen anything like this. As a matter of fact, the guy said the only time anything like this has ever happened during the My Lai massacre, and that was in Vietnam. I was too young to go, so I don't know. But I remember it, Lieutenant, what's the name? Lieutenant Calley. Okay, Lieutenant Calley, and let me see. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, there we go, right there. So let's see if you guys believe what I believe, that these guys are way out of line. Let me see if I can get this thing working here. Okay.
Administration wants Venezuela to think we are going to go to war with them. And Democrats have a new message out today for America's troops.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
Whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
Know that we have your back.
Leading the charge, as you saw, are Senators
now,
Mark
anybody
Kelly and Alyssa Slotkin, who evidently feel so strongly about this, they put out a
anybody who does not realize that is seditious has never served one day in the military. And I'm going to tell you, let me go through this one more time, and then I'll let you go. Then I'll tell you what sedition is. And I believe that what these senators and congressmen did was a violation of a soldier. He can make the decision. He can make the decision not to follow an order. But the standards are so high about what you think is an illegal order. Okay, what you think is irrelevant. It is what the military thinks and what the Uniform Code of Military Justice thinks is an illegal order. But and this is worse than January 6th. This is worse than January 6th. We had a bunch of citizens who went up to Washington, D.C. and got pissed off and decided they're going to talk to somebody or do something. They're going to tear some stuff up. Okay, this is worse than that. This is worse. But you won't hear. See, you won't hear the newspapers because these are Democrats. You won't hear the newspaper, and I'm going to tell you why it's worse. But let's hit this one more time, and then I'll tell you what sedition is. Okay, because I know most of you talking about this a lie don't have a damn clue in the world what sedition is. Okay.
Marine Corps and Air Force jets flying among those trying to go on vacation to the islands. Whether the Trump administration actually goes to war with Venezuela is yet to be seen. But the Trump administration wants Venezuela to think we are going to go to war with them. And Democrats have a new message out today for America's troops.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
Whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
Know that we have your back.
Leading the charge, as you saw, are Senators Mark Kelly and Alyssa Slotkin.
Yeah, they got your back, all right. They're gonna be watching your back going to Leavenworth. It's what they're gonna do. Now, what is sedition? Now, Willie, I hear what you're saying. Okay, Willie says, what about that? Who cares about him calling a member of Congress a traitor? When he was in office, since he's been in that White House, they've called him all kinds of names. Being called names is not illegal. Okay, it is not illegal for people to call each other names. That's called freedom of speech, and the president got his freedom of speech like he does. But I do think they were traitors. I think they were treasonous in what they did. In that short clip right there, I believe that they ought to be charged. I believe. Now, again, everybody won't think the way I think, but you know what? I truly believe that every last one of them should be charged with sedition. Every last one of them. There's no excuse for what they just did. What they did, they put a lot of our young men and women in the crosshairs of going to jail because they don't get to decide. They don't get to decide if an order is illegal. Oh, they can decide in their own little brain, and you just have to remember that when you make that decision, that's right. That's right. Thank you very much again, because they called him a Nazi. They called him all kind of names. So what a civilian does to another civilian, well, that's on them. I don't have anything to do with that. But there is a standard for an order that is illegal. Okay. And the troops don't get to make that standard. That standard comes from UCMJ, okay, Uniform Code of Military Justice, which I know you know that, First Sergeant, because I believe if Sergeant Elkins went to all the privates on post and say, you shouldn't do this, it's wrong, you shouldn't do that. So I'm telling you right now, don't do it. He's going to jail, okay? He going to jail, or he's going to be a private with them. Okay, I'm just saying we got some issues here. Okay, what is sedition? Well, the Democrats telling military they don't have to obey is seditious. And what is sedition? Here's what the definition of sedition is. Let me make this a whole lot bigger so I can see it, because I want to make sure that I got the right words I'm using here. Any action such as speech or conspiracy that incites rebellion or discontent against the government. Historically, sedition laws have been used to suppress political dissent and have been a contentious issue regarding freedom of speech. In the United States, a key example of the Sedition Act, which is Act of 1918, which followed the Espionage Act in 1970, target critical speech against the government. We have a right to talk against our government. That we do. But as civilians, you still maintain some of those rights to say whatever comes out of your big mouth, and nobody cares. But when you're in the military, you don't have the right to do that. Incitement of rebellion. Action or language intended to incite insurrection against a governing authority. That's exactly what they did on this video. Exactly what they did. Actions or language intended to incite insurrection against a governing authority. I would say the commander-in-chief and the president of the United States is a governing authority. Conspiracy. In the U.S., a federal law defines sedition conspiracy as an effort by two or more people to use force or to overthrow the government, okay, or levy war or oppose the authority of the government. Number 3, undermining authority. Acts that promote disaffection or contempt for government authority, which can include certain types of speech, writing, and organization. Ray Charles was blind, but Ray Charles can see that what these idiot senators did was exactly that. What these senators did was seditious, and they ought to be brought up on charges and expelled from the United States Senate and House of Representatives. They don't get to do that. They can disagree with the man, but they don't get to tell the military, who work under the authority of the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States. They don't get to tell them about. And I'll tell you how illegal, how you can determine if an order, and it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. But what the regulation says, any order, ORDER. He didn't call Dems a traitor. It was a person that supported him 10 toes down. Now he's resigning because of that's I don't care about her. She wasn't in the military. She's down in the middle. Who cares? But I don't care about her. But when people, that was not AI. That was not AI, brother. That was the real deal. Okay, that was the real deal. They were seditious in nature. It was almost traitorous. And I'm telling you that they overstepped their bounds. Those senators and House Representatives, they overstepped their bounds. And there's nobody in the military that's ever served more than 90 days that can say anything other than that. You do not. And so here's the deal. The UCMJ says that you do have the right to disobey what you think is illegal orders, but here is the threshold. The order must be so must be so contemptible. So let me see who this is. Yeah, Don. Oh, wait. Good morning. How you doing?
How many times is he such a moral authority? But it's always one way. He never has any moral problems with Democrats.
Well,
they call that hypocrisy, I think.
I think he's wrong on this one.
I think he's a hypocrite. But hey, I was expecting to hear from that genius Duke this morning. Remember on Thursday he was so upset about the unemployment numbers?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
You think he'll come in, he'll call in today and explain them to us what they were? Because they came out.
Yeah, they did come out. Yeah, they came out.
They were delayed because of the Democrats shut the government down.
Yeah, and
but I hope Duke, that economic genius, will call in today and explain the numbers to us.
Well,
hey Willie, leave your righteous indignation alone, because it's just embarrassing to you. It's always one way. You're a hypocrite.
All righty then. Anyway, now let's get back to this. Whether or not he said he didn't call trade, it was a person that supported him. And that's fine. I mean, he has a right to say that. He's got a right to say that. I mean, it's freedom of speech. You don't lose your freedom of speech, but you do lose freedom of speech when you raise your right hand and say I do. You do lose some of your freedom of speech. That's why it's called GI, government issue, and you know that. Well, I know that better than you because I was older than you. But so they do lose. You do lose some rights. Okay, because there are many things I wanted to say when I was in the Army, and I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. Because I didn't feel like eating bread and water. Okay, so there are many things that we might want to say that we cannot say. But what they did was seditious, according to the laws of the land. Actions or language, okay, action or language intended to incite insurrection against a governing authority. Okay, that's okay. This is worse than what happened January the 6th. Okay, we got young soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who are putting their butts in harm's way. That if they think for a second, they go someplace where I don't know if I should do this or not, and we're gonna fill some body bags. Okay, we're gonna fill some body bags. Okay, if you're over there thinking about what some idiot senator said who's never been in the military, who's never done it, never taken an order, then you're gonna die. All right, because I think every last one of these people should be suspended from Congress. They all should be, if not put in jail. Okay, but anyway, again, what civilians do you not understand? The only people who don't understand this are those who've never served. What civilians do is handled by civilian authorities. Okay. This has got nothing to do with my military folks. We don't get to do the things that civilians do. We can't decide on our own unless we want to take a hell of a burden on our shoulders and say, Well, yeah, I ain't gonna do. I think this is wrong. Huh, what? You want me to clean the shower? Well, I think that's an illegal order. Okay. The standard for illegal order is something that is so obvious that a third grader would know that it's wrong. Okay. Something so blatant, such as going into a Vietnam village and shooting down people who are not unarmed civilians, and putting them in a hole in the ground. Now that was wrong. I think, and we may have done some other things that I don't know about, but the My Lai massacre that happened in Vietnam, I wasn't there. But then again, I wasn't there. I'd never been to Vietnam, so I wouldn't know what happens to you while you're under stress of war. I wouldn't know that. My close encounter was as a drive-by, so I don't really know. So I can't judge those people. But they are still, even in war, you have rules that you must follow. We have something called the Geneva Convention that you still must follow, regardless of what you think or not. He did take an oath, but the president took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. And if he in fact thinks that an aggressive we need to fight somebody, then that's his call. He's the commander in chief, along with Congress. And the War Powers Act of 1973 or 74, whichever one it was, after Nixon, allows him to send the great Marines any place he wants to send them, as long as he makes that known. What's it, 90 days to Congress? So again, we talking about civilian authority along with military authority. It is not. It's not sedition. Well, Joe, I'm telling you what. Let me read this definition to you again. What incitement to rebellion? Okay, it's what it entails. Any action or language intended to incite insurrection against a governing authority. And what they are trying to do is incite disloyalty in our young men and women who serve in the United States military, to disobey the president of the United States. Now, listen, I realize you Democrats drink that same Kool-Aid. And as civilians, I can understand how you guys can feel. Well, they got a right to say what they want to. They do not. They do not have the right to say what they want to. The civilians do, and that's why I think they all should be thrown out of Congress in charge. Okay, but so as a civilian who's never been there, who don't know what the hell's going on, I ain't mad at you. Like, I can't go in a courtroom and be a lawyer because I haven't been to law school. Okay. Although looking at some of the lawyers, I can do probably just as good a job. But I haven't been to law school, so I can't call myself a lawyer. But what we saw, Mark Kelly was in Army. That's right. And he had to follow the same rules that everybody else did. I mean, general, but after you are out, that's a whole different ballgame. And even then, you are limited to some extent. Because you are, did you know that people in the military, if they find that you did something absolutely outrageous, they can bring you back on active duty and put you on trial? Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, they can do that. So you still have a tether. You are still tethered to the military, even if you get in the check, and they still calling you General Kelly or Sergeant Elkins, which means that you can still be handled. So I'm just telling you, and I love these people. I love these people. They served in the military. Serving in the military don't mean, and again, people in the military should know that you don't have the authority, you don't have the right to incite insurrection or sedition of a governing authority. And again, I know we keep going, but January 6th were civilians. That was civilians. Civilians get to handle civilian issues. Okay, that was not a military issue in there. The only military person was that former Air Force veteran woman who gets shot and killed by the government. Okay, So let us not go there, okay? And the only reason why you can't raise a whole bunch of hell about it, because again, the whole action that they did was not necessarily the right thing to do, the right way to do it, the way they did it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Oh, several of those congressmen were being in the military. Having been in the military doesn't give you a right to say what you said, to try to encourage soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marine. Okay, having been in as a matter of fact, they should be handled more because they were in, and it took the same oath that every soldier, sailor, and Marine has ever taken to join the military. Okay, you're right, but you don't get to decide on your own what an illegal order is. As a matter of fact, and first of all, you don't get to make that call now, but you can, as an individual, if you find yourself in a situation where you doubt the veracity or the validity of an order that you have been given, you doubt that, yeah, you personally, you have the right to do as you will. Do as you will. But I haven't heard of anybody telling our troops to do illegal orders. And the standard is high. It must be to the point where even a mentally ill person almost can tell that it's illegal. See, you guys get political thoughts the same weight that you give military orders. Not the same weight at all. Because you're an idiot Democrat or an idiot Republican sometimes, whoever it is, your thoughts don't mean jack to the military. Okay? You just pass the budget, get us paid, and we'll keep on doing our job. Okay? That's your job. Pass the budget. And if you want to make war, make war. The military are the instruments of our nation. We are the instruments that carry out the policy of our nation. Okay. I'm just telling you, you don't. So anyway, you civilians, y'all don't. Let me put it this way. Y'all don't know SH it. Y'all don't know jack. Okay, you watch too much TV, and what happened on Hogan's Heroes ain't the real army. Okay, it ain't the whole army. Hogan's Heroes is not the whole military. Okay, I'm just telling you. So anyway, I'm with the president. I think they ought to be handled. I think they should be charged. Oh, put the number up. Yeah, I think they. I forgot about that. Put the number. So I think that let's see, make sure I put this down. I think they should be charged. I really do. I think they should be charged with promoting sedition. I think they should be. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. They don't deserve the office by which they hold at this moment. Not in my mind. If it was up to me, they all be gone. But anyway, that's just one man's opinion. Anyway, good morning. So, did we get sedition correctly? Okay, sedition, incitement of rebellion, actions or language intended to incite insurrection against a governing authority. Conspiracy. In the United States, a federal law defines seditious conspiracy as an effort by two or more people to use force to overthrow the government, levy war, or oppose the authority of the government. Undermining authority. Acts that promote disaffection or contempt for government authority, which can include certain types of speech, writing, or organization. All right. So we're gonna leave that alone. I'm done. I'm with the president. I hope he charges. I hope they all get put out of Congress. Every last one of them. Useless piece of crap. Oh. Yes, sir.
Here I go with my righteous indignation. Here I go, right?
Mm-hmm.
The challenge I have, sorry, Nelkins, is you will discount one bad behavior for other bad behavior. Anything that our commander-in-chief says, you always say, I don't care about that. I don't care that he called a sitting member of Congress a traitor.
I think if they were,
I don't.
I don't.
But you don't. But you discount bad behavior from the commander in chief.
He's a civilian.
Why?
Why? He is a civilian.
He's not a civilian. He's a commander in chief.
He's not. He's never taken a military oath. He's not in the military. He don't lose his freedom of speech. But you do, as active duty military, you do lose certain freedoms of speech.
So you don't hold him to a higher standard as the commander in chief?
Listen, if that were the case, a lot of people would never been president.
No, I'm just saying. But again, you justify his behavior. That's what I'm saying. You justify it, Kevin. You don't even admit that. Hey, that was wrong. Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of President Trump's biggest, most ardent supporters. Do you agree or disagree?
And she's a quitter. Yeah, I agree. And she's a quitter.
She's a quitter.
She's a quitter.
Do you even have an inkling on how much pressure and threats that this woman is under because the president aimed his bully pulpit at her? Do you have any idea of the threats that she's receiving?
It came with the job. It goes with the job.
Kevin, if you was fair and balanced, would even say that was wrong. To call a reporter quiet, Piggy, was that appropriate?
That's just I don't care. They talk to him. They can call that man everything but a child of God since he been in the White House. I don't blame him for his attitude.
But you blame, as all of your posters and callers would say, you blame people that were former military. By the way, a captain is the equivalent. It's an 06 equivalent to a colonel.
Right.
So, yeah, he was an astronaut, right? NASA. So for them to remind troops, Kevin, we were always told we did not have to follow illegal orders.
And everybody
were you not told that?
Yeah, everybody knows that. The question is,
so
you don't.
Hold on. So were you ever told not to follow an illegal order?
Was ever told not to follow an illegal order?
Yeah, that you didn't have to obey illegal orders.
Sure, and we were also told about the Geneva Convention and all that kind of thing. But,
so you were told that.
Sure, and it's the law. You don't have to do illegal orders. Absolutely.
So what made these people, the act that they did, sedition?
Because what they did was they are purposely trying to incite disaffection with the military against the president of the United States.
So you had an admiral that had recently took that post. And Kevin, once you ascend to that post, those people just don't give those positions up. He would rather resign and retire.
Yeah.
Because they were blowing these people in Venezuela out of the water. Now, they may not have been fishermen. I'm not saying that they were honest, Don, running 50 miles an hour in these boats.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin, they don't believe they had enough evidence to be just blowing these people out of water. He didn't want to continue to give those orders, so he retired.
And I think that's his right to do that, to retire. If he don't want to follow the orders of the commander-in-chief, that's his right to leave. That's what he did.
So they were reminding people that, hey, if you in positions, and they don't know what's going to be coming down the pike, that if the Secretary of War or other people give you orders that are knowingly illegal, you don't have to execute that. And you think that's wrong.
Well, I mean, first of all, nobody knows whether or not the orders were illegal. And you don't get to make that decision.
But you're okay with the president calling Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor.
Again, what is a traitor? What's the definition of one? That's the way he felt. I ain't got no problem with him. I just don't.
Kevin, you know what he said was true. He could murder somebody in New York in the middle of the street, and you will say, well, the person had it coming.
Listen, here's what we haven't had.
But he knew that there would be people like you, Kevin, that would defend every action. And it's not righteous indignation from me. But you are doing exactly what he said, that there will be people that if he murdered somebody in the middle of the street that would say, that person had it coming.
Well, again, I don't agree with everything the guy does either. I don't agree with everything he does. This is politics. This is politics. And the way they treated him when he first came in office the first time and say, listen, I don't blame him. Anything he said to these people.
Kevin, okay, let me I'll say this and I'm in. So he had the incoming mayor of New York come and visit the White House. They had a love fest.
Yeah, that one.
Did you see that?
I didn't know he'd been there already. I knew he was coming. I didn't get to see the thing.
So if he said that this guy is great, he's going to do great things for New York. All the things that he was saying prior to the visit, he did a 180 on.
Well, I didn't know if he did that now, but I have to look at the because I thought they was going to get into it. Actually, I thought they were going to have a come to Jesus meeting. You know?
Oh no, he treated him better than than anybody. But if you go back and watch it, Trump will do things that his MAGA people disagree with, but you all will follow him to the nth of the earth, and he's doing his own thing.
Wait a minute. I did say I do not like the way we are treating people, throwing them out the country on the ICE thing. I don't like the way we're doing that. And I said that. That's one of the few things I don't like.
What about the way he treats the press? I mean, just calling people out there now. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, it don't bother me at all. They can't take it.
So no civility. I got you. Okay.
Wait a minute. If you can't take the heat, get the hell out of the kitchen.
Wow. Okay. All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care about getting called names. People been calling me names for 30 years. Good morning.
Hey, Kevin, you remember when Self-Righteous Willie called in when Biden called half the country garbage? Do you have that on tape when he called in about that?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
No, I doubt you do. You know, he's so pathetic. Self-Righteous Willie, call in and say what's been illegal.
Yeah.
Not one of the people that espoused that crap would say that he did anything illegal. But what he did was mess up the minds of a bunch of 18-year-olds that don't need to be lawyers.
Yeah.
You know, how about you know, you're pathetic, Willie. You really are pathetic.
The views and opinions expressed are not necessarily mine, but they're of the caller, not necessarily my view. Again, I don't care about people calling each other names. I don't care, but I do care about young men who going in harm's way, and then you trying to decide, was that an order? Do I get to decide what's illegal? Tell me the illegal thing that the guy has done. We can have that conversation. What has he done? He has a right to protect the borders of the United States, whether they're on sea or on land. And if he feels, I'm going to assume, now this is just me, I'm going to assume that the president has access to information that I don't. Again, I may be wrong, but I'm going to assume that the president of the United States has information provided to him by his CIA and FBI and all those other acronym units that we have. So I'm going to assume that he knows a little bit more than we do about what's going on, whether or not those boats have drugs, and many people we got dying in America right now. As many lives, and it's our fault that these people are coming, delivering drugs, because we got this insatiable appetite to get high. So even though we blame them, we blame them, if we start putting people in jail for taking drugs, not those for selling them, I think we could change the whole paradigm here. But because we are a nation that people have a right to be stupid and take drugs, then these people overseas are willing to risk their life for the dollar to bring it over here and feed us to it. Okay. The administration disobeying judicial orders. Well, tell me the ones he disobeyed. You know, we can have a talk about it. Okay. But anyway, come think about it. Obama did have disagreement with the media often. Yes, he did. But I don't care. Listen, if you can't take a name calling, get another job. McDonald's is hiring. Okay. I mean, they, get a job doing AI. I don't care about names. I've been called names for 34 years on the radio. That doesn't bother me. Okay. I mean, don't bother me. You know, now mess with my child, then we got a problem. But mess with me, I don't care. I can handle it. Don't bother me at all. Yeah. And calling that woman piggy, whatever, I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that either. If you can't take it, get another job. What's going on, Duke?
Mr. Elkins, what's going on, friend?
Not much. What's up?
Yeah, man, I'm sitting listening to you a little bit. I just turned you on, actually. Now, I ain't no sense in me trying to argue with you. Reed already said here, the cult, you cult members, yeah, y'all ain't listening to nobody. You know that.
I hear you. I hear you.
Huh?
Yeah, I hear you.
But what make me understand something now?
Mm-hmm.
When Charlie Kirk got killed, right? All the Republicans and conservatives got in an uproar and stuff, saying the Democrats, they creating violence.
Mm-hmm.
But you got a president talking about putting people to death and all that and all this stuff, and and so what's the difference, Calvin?
Now
who's being more
putting who to death?
Come on, talk to me now. What's up?
Be specific. I don't know what you're talking about. What did he say?
You talking about the subject matter what Trump got the right to do, but when you said you missed Paul when you talking about putting people to death for all this stuff and
what you talking about? Yeah, boy. What stuff? What stuff you talking about?
When these people came out and said that, telling the soldiers don't take illegal orders, sir.
Right, but
you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about.
I think they should be suspended. I think they should be suspended from Congress and put out.
No, that's not what President Trump said. Trump said, "Damn it, they should be put to death."
Well, I didn't hear him say that. But if he said that, I think that's.
Yeah, but come on now, wait a minute now, man, miss this shit all over the TV, dude. You be selective now, damn it, selective memory and selective seeing and all of that. Come on, Calvin. Come on, you can not be a cult member for one day.
For 12 hours yesterday, I was working on my computer because
it
broke down.
I know this has been going on for several days now, but you can be you can be Calvin for one day. You don't have to be a cult member every day. Come on now.
Yeah. Brother, again, a
Trump cult member every day.
Do you know what you guys haven't
talking
seen?
About people.
Wait a minute. You know what you guys haven't seen in a long time in the White House, which scares the hell out of you? Do you know what you haven't seen? You haven't seen a guy that got a set between his legs and he don't mind.
See that, Calvin.
Okay.
Calvin. Why every time me and you talk, I'm worried about you sometimes. Why every time we talk about something, you bring it up? We did not talk about the gays this morning. Please let's not talk about the gays, okay? Let's not talk about the transgender folks. Let's not talk about any of that. Let's stick with the subject matter at hand. Come on, Calvin.
You ain't
come on
seen
back
a
on the
real
road.
man in the White House in a long
Calvin,
time.
come on back on the road.
Okay, so you
come on back on the road, sir. We're not talking about that this morning. If you ain't got one in your mouth, you got it on your mind. Come on now, Calvin. Come on now, baby.
Hey, you think?
Dang, man.
You think you?
If you ain't got one in your mouth, you got it on your mind. Come on, get it off your mind this morning, please.
Y'all haven't seen a real man in the White House so long.
Come on, man. You messing me up, man. You messing up a train of thought right now. I'm trying to stick to the subject matter right here. You talking about damn transgender stuff. I ain't said nothing about transgender. You brought it up. You bring it up every time we talk. You brought it up Friday and the day before. Come on, man.
You guys don't know what a man don't sit there and take all that crap.
But you talking about Kevin. You talking about people saying stuff, hurting people's feelings. What did Trump try to get talk show hosts canceled because he got his feeling hurt because of something they said? Come on now.
And I personally wouldn't agree with that either. I wouldn't.
He said last week, he told a woman last week he's gonna get her off of ABC, want her gone.
Again, if ABC
because he said something he didn't like.
If ABC capitulates, then that means they're not much of a man either.
But what I'm saying, he's sitting there telling these people that I'm gonna have you canceled because I don't like what you said to me. I'm the president. You can't talk to me like that right there.
All right to say that. So what? So what? And those congressmen have a right to say certain things, but they don't have a right to say anything. Everything they think. You can't now military people.
But Trump can call people pigs and sons of bitches and all this and that, and it's all okay for him to say it, right?
Have you ever been to a comedy club? Have you watched him on TV, HBO?
Trump's not a damn comedian. Trump's not a comedian, dude. He's the president. So he's taking up for this. Kevin, you don't have to be a cult member every 5 seconds, okay? Come on, be Kevin and be honest.
We talk about people every day. Every day we talk about people.
See how you talk about? Well, we can say it about anything. When your son gets hurt over there, when your son get hurt in the war, you say, okay, people get hurt every day.
And that's
okay. If this president send your son somewhere that he don't need to go, right?
I don't know.
Go out there in the street and hurt some of your cousins or send him down to Montgomery to hurt you. Because he said he wants to practice on you as a citizen before he get for the real war. Before he get ready for the real war, he want to practice on you as a citizen.
And you think I'm gonna stand for
okay? And What you gonna do if your son, if you send your son down here to knock your ass in the head a couple times on the street?
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what happened.
You know that there's too many veterans.
He sent soldiers into other cities that attack their cousins and relatives and all that. Come on, man.
We ain't forgot our training and we ain't forgot our mission. Just because we civilians, well, halfway civilians, we ain't forgot our mission. That ain't gonna happen. So you might as well talk about.
But you can't do nothing about it if Trump sending your son down to Montgomery to knock hell out of you in the street when you're out there protesting. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
That ain't gonna happen. First of all,
under your rules and the way of thinking,
protesting,
you might think all of them are damn transgender person or something. I don't know about you.
I started as a National Guardsman and was trained to take on civilians. In Georgia. That's why I originally joined the military in Georgia, and they taught us what to do. Matter of fact, you can spin on it.
So they told you because the president say it's an emergency that Memphis. I ain't heard nothing talk about the street stuff anymore. The crime. What happened to all that all of a sudden, Kevin? People start having crime in these cities.
But we had crime. We had crime.
He moved on to something else. That wasn't working out for him, so he moved to something else. Now
they still got National Guard in some of our cities. They need them.
I hadn't heard about it on the TV. They used to show us pictures where they taking care of places. Memphis. What happened in Memphis? Okay, right now. It's safe to go to Memphis. Okay, right now.
I think it's a little safer than it was. And I know it's safer in Washington,
No, he said they will clean up these cities.
Well, and again,
in these streets
Washington,
with
D.C.,
our soldiers.
I got people in Washington, D.C., black folks in Washington, D.C. said they can walk around the city now.
Have you heard the president bragging about it any time lately?
Well, I don't care. I don't live in Washington, D.C. I don't worry about Washington, D.C. He got that handled. He don't need my help.
What's he focusing on now? What has Trump done for you as a person? Since he's been in office, what have he done to make your life any better?
Been a man
right now.
Been a man,
huh?
Been a man, not a wuss.
There you go again. What now? Let me say it.
Been a man and not a wuss. Okay, been a man. Say what you mean what you say.
You wanna change it now? You wanna talk this transgender stuff some more, don't you? Leave that alone, Cal. Please leave that alone, please. I'm gonna pray that for you. That'll be part of your New Year resolution. Not talk about these damn transgender folks anymore. I'm worried about you.
You brought that up, not me, brother. You brought
you were bringing it up a while ago to me, and I had to cut you off.
I said the nice thing about him, I like that we ain't seen a man in the White House in a long time with a set between his legs, and he knew what they were for. But we ain't seen that in a while. Now that y'all seeing it, y'all kind of unused to it, so you're getting all scared. I ain't scared.
I don't like nobody controlling me as a person as far as being a dictator. See, I don't like dictatorship, but you guys jumped on board with it. Margaret Taylor Greene said she ain't putting up with the shit no more.
Well, I ain't blaming Margaret. She represents the place where I used to live, Rome, Georgia.
Now, here's how Trump roll. You know how Trump roll, Kevin.
Marjorie Taylor Greene got the chip.
She's in the same boat as Mike Pence and all the rest of them that stand up to your CUP member.
All right,
your CUP leader.
I got. Hey, appreciate it. You listen. Either stand for something or fall for anything. If you believe in it, stay there and fight to the last breath. If you don't believe in it, if you want to get up and run, I have contempt for people who quit. I got contempt. Rather than fight the good fight, and you won't win them all. But when you quit, I'm telling you, you lose all credibility with me. If you that much of a wuss and you can't take a couple of names here and a couple of names there, and the president is only one man. Sure, he has a bully pulpit that's probably the biggest in the country. But don't be a wuss. I can't stand that. So quitting, you just lost your respect for me. Well, I'm gonna quit. Because it's too tough for me. It's getting too tough for me. You're getting $174,000 a year. Some people in their whole lifetime have not made $174,000. And you got more than that because I know you get a little here and a little bit there and all that stuff. So all the money they making up there and all the privileges they get as congressmen and senators, I don't give a crap. If you want to quit, quit. That's your problem. That ain't my problem. I got contempt for her. And she represents an area of Georgia where my relatives live, which is Rome, Georgia. I lived there for a minute. Went to my last year of high school was in Rome. And so, I got no respect for her. Quit. Hurry up. As a matter of fact, hurry up, move, and get a new election so we can get somebody up there that won't quit. I actually kind of liked her. She was standing. I mean, I didn't agree with everything she said, but I like a woman that fights. I like people that are willing to fight the good fight. But all that other junk, I don't care nothing about that stuff. Quit on. Okay. What if you don't mean you say, what is this? But you don't mean what you say and say what you do. You lost me on that one there, Shelley. But call me back and explain. Call me on the air and explain that one to me, because you got me on that one. I don't really know what you mean by that. But I read the message from President Johnson. President Johnson? President Johnson? Who's seen him in a while? Let me see. What message did I get? Yeah, let me see. You got to put the message. You got to put the message on this thing right here so I can find it. Let me see. Facebook. Let me see. Oh, there go right there. There go. No, I don't see nothing there. No, I don't see a thing there. Let me see. No, I don't. Okay. Oh, here's it right here. Okay. Okay, here she go. Here she go. LBJ was once asked why poor white Republicans repeatedly vote against their own best interests, and this was his response. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't know you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him someone to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. You know, it's true. Listen, I don't have a disagreement with that statement. You know, hell, LBJ had some not so nice things to say about black folks, but he did say one thing. He said, we want to give them just enough so they feel important. He said, and that's what he said. He said, make them feel important. He didn't do anything to give them power, but he did give them something to make them feel important. And when he signed it, and when he signed that Civil Rights Act, he said this statement has been attributed to him. Now, to be quite intellectually honest, I've been looking for the statement someplace, and I haven't found it. But he said those Negroes will vote for us for the next 250 years. Now, that's been attributed to him. Now, he didn't say Negroes either. He said the other word. So I don't know if he said it or not. So I can't, with all authority, say that's what he said, because I haven't found it. But it sure is working out that way, because black folks sure voting for the same people almost for the last 100 years. So we only got 150 more to go, and till we figured out that we don't get anything. Okay, yeah, that don't bother me. That don't bother me. I don't care. Y'all worry about the wrong things sometimes. Obama, the king crack. Okay, then. Yeah, what's on y'all's mind? Say what you really mean. So you ever notice that conservatives always need someone to hate? Well, that sounds like a Democrat thing. Who conservatives hate? You know who gives? Which reminds me, I got to talk about my. Do you know who gives more in donations to poor people? You know who does? Conservatives do. So I don't know where that came from, that they don't like poor people. They do worse than anybody else. What is? I mean, they conservative. Here's the problem I think you guys got against conservatism. At least those people who call themselves conservatives. Most conservatives will identify themselves as Christians. And if you call yourself a Christian, and if you mean what you say, there are certain tenets in our culture by which you will at least try to avail yourself to being like. Okay? One is self-examination. Self-examination means that every once in a while we have to look in the mirror and say, man, maybe I shouldn't have did that. Okay? Democrats are different kinds of people. Yeah, you do. That way you won't slap her. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Another person, and Republicans or conservatives think that the individual is what makes up the group. Democrats believe that the group is an individual. That's wrong. That's why the whole thing about poor people and about the what's that war on poverty? Well, we lost that war. We still got poverty. Okay, because they never give you enough to prosper. They just give you enough to survive. They never give you enough to prosper. They never put you in a position to prosper. They put you in a position to just survive. And that's why we've been, and black folks, now one thing about us, we some surviving son of a guns. Okay. Oh, we are some surviving son of a gun. Okay. Okay. Well, hey, again, that's what she says. I don't know. Did she send us a letter or something about what she got? See, what people say, I don't know. I don't believe anything that comes out of Washington, D.C. I really don't. Unless I'm there personally to absolutely see it, I don't believe anything that comes out of Washington, D.C. But if she did, Martin, if she did get them, sorry about that. It comes with the job. It comes with the job. Guess what? When our soldiers and sailors and airmen Marines went over to Afghanistan and Iraq, they had people trying to shoot them. They had a lot of people trying to shoot them. I believe we lost 8,000 young men and women in that fracas. And now it's almost back to the same place it was. It comes with the job. It comes with the job. And it's a sad thing. But military people are the only people in America. I just want you to understand this. They're the only people in America that are compelled, if necessary, to give their life for this country. There's no other job in this country that has that. Being a policeman, you don't have to give your life. You can go back to the base. You can go back to the police. They said, hell with this. I'm done. Okay. FBI can quit. ICE can quit. The only people that can't quit their job is those who wear the uniform of this nation. And if they do quit, if they think they can quit, they're wrong. They'll have to hide out for a long time because somebody's coming to get them at some point. Okay. So that's why we hold military in high esteem. They're the only group of people that have the responsibility to go in harm's way. Okay. That's in training and in reality. They go in harm's way to make sure we are prepared to fight the enemies, foreign and domestic, of this country. They're the only people. And to do that, your mind must be clear. Your mind must be clear about your mission, about your purpose, and about your direction. Again, I don't think soldiers should follow illegal orders either. However, I don't think Congress is the one who makes the rules what's illegal. I don't know if drugs were on those boats. That's something that the president of the United States is going to have to figure out. And evident again, FBI, CIA, military, Coast Guard. We got all kinds of people out there. We got infrared. We can look at. Did you guys know that cocaine gives off a certain it emits a certain signal from cocaine? Did you guys know that? I didn't think you did. So they can tell if cocaine is on a boat or not, or on a truck or not, or in a car or not. That they know if they can see it. They know. No one is questioning military going into harm's way. Wow, right on. Gary says Chuck Schumer got death threats from the libtards. He knows what they're capable of. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, let's not talk about death threats. The president of the United States was shot at. Okay? Could have been dead. Had he not turned his head at the right time, the precise time, because the good Lord was looking out for him, he'd have been dead. He'd have had a bullet to the head. So listen, you think that ain't as tough as what she went through? I don't want to hear about her. She's just whining. Okay? No one is questioning the military going into harm's way. That's why we must be sure that the military actions are properly authorized before they are putting our military in harm's way. I totally agree with that. But the president has the authority to put them in harm's way. Okay. Now, the War Powers Act of 1973 or 74 said that you got to get with Congress, though, because Congress is the only entity that has the right to declare war. The president doesn't have that. But he can send you somewhere for 60, what's it, 90 days? And then we'll see what happens. If they are transporting drugs, why arrest and not try them in court? Listen, I don't know. That's a DOJ issue there. I don't know. That's not my call. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. You got to call the president's office. Want me to call the White House and ask that question? Department of Justice, I'll call them and see. Well, why don't we just let them get to the United States first, and then let them get the drugs off the thing, and then we've seen in this country that people, even law enforcement, sometimes cannot resist the greed of the money that comes with drugs. Even law enforcement at times have been guilty. As a matter of fact, in Alabama, a couple of weeks ago, we had a town in Alabama with a police chief, his deputy chief, and a couple of other police departments are in jail this morning, are under indictment because they could not resist the temptation of making money with drugs. I'll tell you what that town is in a little bit here. So maybe the police, maybe they don't want to take that chance. I don't know. So just because you're on the police force doesn't mean that you're always going to do the right thing. And more excuse for his man. He's not my man. Okay. He's not my man. Okay. I don't know why y'all say that stuff. But I agree with certain principles. I think a man should be a man. If you're going to lead like one. Don't be a wuss. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't care if she quit. I don't care. She represents a place where I used to live. And that's the kind of leadership. If that's the kind of person they're going to put in office, somebody's going to quit. Okay. When the heat gets hot, I don't really care about her quitting. Quit. If you can't handle the big dogs, get off the porch. I don't care. The president almost got killed. Did he quit? No. President did not quit. Okay, so y'all, I don't care about her quitting. I don't care. He's right about their behavior. I don't know about firing squads, but they should never incite the military to disobey orders, okay, of the commander-in-chief, who is the president of the United States. Thank you, sir. You are absolutely 100% totally correct. Okay? But however, that is, you said that? Let me see who put that out. Who said he right about the behavior? Yeah, okay. Well, okay. He wasn't president when he was shot. That's right. He wasn't president when he was shot. That's right. I totally agree with you. But he didn't quit, knowing the dangers of the job. And he's under constant threat of danger. Every president is. Obama, the Clintons, every president in that high office is under the constant threat of being killed. They all are. So it comes with the job. Like when I run for governor in a couple of years, I know people are gonna threaten me, but that's okay. I can handle it. I won't be running. Okay. And which makes it even worse. He wasn't president, and he still was shot at. Okay, so I'm just saying. Oh, that's what you said. Yeah, that's what I said. That's right. Of course, they're my words. But they should never incite military to disobey an order of the commander-in-chief, who is the president of the United States. Absolutely, and that's what they did. That's what they're trying to do anyway. Okay, you can ask Hunter Biden about cocaine. Yeah, that's true too. But listen, I ain't mad at Hunter Biden. Hunter wasn't president of the United States. Okay. Hunter Biden was a civilian who got the same problem other civilians got, and that's plenty of them. Okay. I'm trying to figure that town in Alabama that where the whole police department is under arrest because of drugs. Okay. Town in Alabama with let me see. Police department goes to jail. Goes to jail. Now what for drugs? Now let me see. Who was that? Okay. And then oh yeah, here they are right here. A police department in Huntsville, Alabama, was involved in a major drug and corruption scandal that led to the police chief and several officers being arrested this year. As a matter of fact, the grand jury recommended the department be abolished. It was so bad, describing it as an operating and as more of a criminal enterprise than law enforcement agency. So that's one of the things. That's one of the problems we have with the drug thing. There's so much money because Americans are so stupid. Sometimes we want to get high. What's that song? I went to bed. I want to get high. Remember that song about getting high? I would go to work, but I want to get high. Okay, then. Okay, yeah, that's what it was, Marshall. Huntsville, Alabama. So there's so much money tied up in it until we don't even know who to trust no more. But anyway, let me get on to something right quick before we get out of here. Every year we do something called Helping Hands. Helping Hands Good Neighbor Award. And we have people send us names of people who they think could use a hand. And what we do is we collect a little money. We're starting that now. We collect a little money, and we on 3 days before Christmas, we go out and give this money to people who don't know it's coming. And the deal is that nobody can put in for anything. Somebody's got to put in something for you, okay? Somebody has got to put something in for you. I get the letter. Me and another guy, my good friend Randy, on 3 days before Christmas, or 4 days, depending on if we got all the money, we'll go out and knock on people's doors. Now, they don't know who we are. They don't have a clue who we are. They just see two black guys outside. And we give them either $500, if we can raise it, or $1,000, depending on their situation. And one of the reasons why we give money, often I've gone to people's houses during Christmas, and the lights were about to get cut off. They didn't have heat in the house. They didn't have all kinds of things. So I don't give turkeys. We don't give turkey, and that's good stuff. I got no problem with that. That's good stuff. But money allows you to take care of so many things that because you're on a limited income, and it starts getting cold around Christmas time anyway, or a little bit before Christmas starts getting cold. And there have been people around here who we had to get heaters to put in their house because their gas was off. And so we do that with the money that we ask you guys for. And what we do is the ways that we have you to give, you can go to GoFundMe, and we have it's called Helping Hands Good Neighbor Award. And you can use your credit card or your debit card, whichever you want to do. Put whatever amount you're in there, but we ask at least for $20. If you can afford $100, we appreciate that. But if you can at least give us $20, and we'll put all that together. The motto is, if everybody gives a little, then it helps a lot of people. And so that's what we do. So we do that every Christmas time. We do that. If you go to the Facebook page, you'll see us out there doing it one year. Now, last couple of years, last year I couldn't do it because we had to. Well, we did do it, but we only got one family because the radio station closed me down before we was able to get it done. But the year before that, we helped a few people out. We helped a lot of people out. As a matter of fact, not when I say we, I mean we, because I didn't have all that money. That money comes from, but I put money in it too. I don't just beg you guys. I would be a hypocrite, like Camilla says. I would be a hypocrite if all I did was ask you guys for money and I didn't invest in my own so-called charity. We are not a 501c3. You can't write it off. If you want to give it. If you don't want to give it, and that's fine too, because everybody knows somebody they can help. Everybody knows somebody they can help. But if you go to GoFundMe, Helping Hands Good Neighbor Award, you can find a place to give $20 if you can give that. If you are on Venmo, that's my Venmo address right there. Venmo at Kevin-Elkins-21. You can put it there, or Cash App. Make sure if you do Cash App, you put on there what it's for. Someone say Helping Hands or HH something, Helping Hands there. HH, put HH, Good Neighbor, HHGNA, or just HH or Helping Hand or something. Put something on the subject line so we know what it's for. And if you put my number in right there, 241-9998, you will see my smiling face there. Okay, and it will get to me. Okay, we asked me to do that. It's going to be tough this year. I know, because a lot of people, just and the light bill going up and up and up, and everything's going up. But we cannot not help people. Okay, so you got three ways to do this. You got Venmo, which is Venmo at Kevin-Elkins-21, or you have GoFundMe, and that would be, of course, Helping Hand Good Neighbor Award. You'll find it there, or you can go to my Facebook page and you'll find it there also. After I get off the air, I'll put something there. You can do it online here. Okay, and also Cash App. If you put my number in, 334-241-9998. Again, I'm just forget the politics. You don't agree with me on that. That's fine. That we can always fight about that. But we ask for anybody, if you guys can all give $20, toward it, or anything you can get. Now, we don't turn anything down. If all you got is $5, that's good. Or even if you got $2, that's good. That's fine. But we're trying to, and these people don't know the money's coming. They do not ask for it, because what we have found is that people who are in desperate need rarely ask anybody for anything. I gave you a story where a guy had cancer in his house. He couldn't cut his grass, and in the city kept coming by there, putting things on his door saying, "We're going to find you. We're going to find you," rather than knocking on the door and asking, "Why is your grass high?" Had they done that, they would have found out that the guy had cancer and he couldn't cut the grass. Okay, he was an older fella. He couldn't cut the grass. So sometimes we got to knock on the door of people. Sometimes we got to knock on the door of people because they won't ask. And we love doing this every year. So I'm asking you guys one more year to help us out. It's called a Helping Hands Good Neighbor Award. And again, you can go to Cash App. You can put in my number there. And I don't care what you give. We ask for $20 or more. But if you can give $5, that's good, because a whole bunch of $5s makes 20. Right? 4 5s make 20. That's what I'm talking about. Or you can go to GoFundMe, and you can find it up there, and Helping Hands Good Neighbor Award. Or you can go to Venmo, and Venmo is my address at Venmo is Venmo. Is at Kevin-Elkins-21. So we appreciate you doing that. If you can, I'm gonna be hopping on this until Christmas. But I'm gonna be begging y'all every day. Okay, help me out here. Help us out, because we never know where we may be this time next year. We never know. We may be in a situation. You may have a car accident. You may not can do anything. You may need somebody to help you pay your gas bill, your light bill, buy you some groceries, whatever the case may be. We never, ever know. Okay. And if you like me, you won't ask anybody anything. I'll just sit here and freeze. but I think after seeing what I've seen by people, I think I'll ask. But anyway, so if you guys help me out, again, one more time, go to GoFundMe and look for the fundraiser for Helping Hands Good Neighbor Award 2025. Or you can go to Venmo and you can help us out there at Kevin-Elkins-21. Or you go to Cash App, put my number in there, and you will find my name and whatever you want to give, Okay, I'm asking at least, if you can give us $20, it's called 20 for 20. $20 to help us help 20 families. It's 2020. I thought that was kind of cool there to do that. Okay, so Cash App, and make sure if you send Cash App, you send on there what what it's for, because I don't want to think you just like me and you're giving me money. So, but nobody ever does. Okay, just make sure, and I promise you, the money goes into the bank. If you have given us money, I will show you our bank thing. But if you haven't given us a dime, don't ask me for jack. I ain't giving you nothing. I'll show you where the money goes and what it's doing for people and how much we got collected and all that stuff. Okay, so I don't mind showing people who have donated. You got a right to know where your money going. You got a right to know if I'm spending it on a new car. No, I'm not. I can't afford a new car right now, so we good. Anyway, so there you go with that. And anything else on your mind? I appreciate you guys. Every year you always come through, and I do appreciate it. But more than that, if we all put a little bit together, we can help people a lot. And that's what we've been doing. I've been doing it for about 30 years on the radio. Every year we come up with something. We come up with something to help folks. We are never at a loss for people who need help. Never are. We may not can help as much as we can, but we are trying to help a little bit. Okay, we may not be able to help everybody, but my motto is we can help somebody, and that's what we try to do. So I did it on radio for a year. We gave 300 computers away, a brand new laptops, and people helped me all over this town. People I know, people helped me just in all kind of things. Or you can go to any Service First bank, and and put something in the account. It's at Service First downtown, any Service First bank, and it's under Helping Hands. If you can't find a Helping Hands, ask for Kevin Elkins and put it in that account. It's Kevin Elkins, DBA, Helping Hands, Good Neighbor Award. And that account, and the only reason why that account is down in Service First is to do this each year. That's all. Once Christmas is over, whatever money's left in the account stays in the account until next year, and then we'll start with something. Okay, because it's hard to get money if you start with nothing. It just, I don't know what it is about that, but it's hard to get money. If you don't got nothing in the bank, it's hard. Like running out of gas. You ever notice this? You ever notice if you keep a little gas in your car all the time, it's easy to get money to put gas in the car. But the minute you run out on the freeway, it is hard because you ain't got no money. It's hard to get gas when you broke. So we try to keep a little money in the bank from what we collect. $100 at least or something like that, and we do that. Okay. And again, we are going to start taking letters. I'll tell you, Monday we'll give you the address or the email that you can send letters to, we'll take it. And again, nobody can ask for themselves. You must ask for somebody else. Unfortunately, that's the way this thing works. This is the way this works. So hopefully if somebody knows you're out there and they put you in for something, that's cool. And again, the people you put in for stuff, you cannot tell them, because if we fail in our mission and we don't get all the money, we got a little money now, so we're going to help somebody. But if we fail in our mission, my goal was $10,000, and I'm a long way from $10,000 at the moment. But hey, listen, he who has no name surely has guided our steps. That came off that movie, 10 Commandments, about God. Yeah, never mind, don't worry about it. If you haven't seen 10 Commandments, you won't understand it anyway. Okay, so anyway, my time is almost up here, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in. And again, I still say, those congressmen should be expelled from Congress and the Senate for what they did with this little video they're doing. Our troops already have enough things to worry about. They know something is illegal when they get it, but illegal must be obviously illegal. It can't be a political position that you take and you don't like it because you're a Democrat and you think we're mopping up the floor with the Democrat or a Republican. You can't do it because you're Republican and you think it's what Democrats would do or wouldn't do. So no. We all have the decision to make, but you don't need to be a member of Congress and inciting our troops to rebel. I just think that's terrible. That's just not very good at all. Okay, but I want to know how many of those senators have served this nation. That's what I like. I ain't talking about getting paid by this nation like they're doing up there. I'm talking about how many of those guys have actually served. And the generals, the problem with being a general. Oh yeah, well, yeah. I collect from Democrats too. I love Democrats that give. I love them all. I love Democrats that give. This ain't. Listen, Helping Hands is not politically. It's not a political thing. Okay. I've gone to Democrats' house. I've gone to 1 or 2 Republicans' houses. And so we good. Okay. Times hard economy. Everything is more expensive now. It is. Everything is more expensive now. And I can't understand. I can't understand why it's more expensive. I mean, somebody needs to tell me. Oh, you double. Hey, Don. Willie says he'll double whatever you give. So give me a check now so I can. So no one is included. No, they are. They what? Starting Oh, okay. There's not a soldier that don't understand what an illegal order is. They know the law. What's up, Duke? This is the second time?
Now, Calvin.
Yeah.
Now, Calvin, keep in mind that the soldiers that did this video are your ex-brothers and sisters of the military, okay?
No, these weren't soldiers who did the video.
Yes, they were. All these were ex-military people that did the video.
Well, whatever. They're out now.
Okay, ain't no whatever. No, what I'm saying now that these people are not stupid. They're not ignorant. They see stuff that the regular citizen doesn't see. Okay, they seen stuff and Mike and what's the name? Mark. What's the name? I having a brain fart this morning. They got Mark. He had evidence and used examples of some of the things your president have been doing that
again.
Out of line.
No. You still don't have the right to encourage a rebellion.
Kevin.
You serve not.
He said he didn't tell them not to obey orders. He said illegal orders. He said they got the right to ignore illegal orders.
They know that already.
But if you listen to Fox News like you do, they go on TV and ask these people questions, right? At your press secretary, they leave out the word illegal, Kevin.
Hold on a second. There's not a soldier who don't know what an illegal order is. But the standard of illegal orders, it must be of a nature that it is so elementary that it leaves no room for guessing. You see, there's a difference between political disagreement and military orders. You may not like what you have to do, but that doesn't make it illegal. And again, if y'all stop taking all them drugs, people wouldn't try to come over here trying to sell them. I'm just telling you, wouldn't be trying to sell them. But anyway, time for me to go. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in with us this morning. Thank you for showing up. And don't forget Helping Hands Good Neighbor Awards. We're going to replay this again later on this year, or later on today. And anything, but you can always go to my Facebook page. You'll find a thing there. You go to GoFundMe. You'll find something there. So everything is going to be all right. Okay? Yeah, it's going to be all right. We'll be all right. Yeah, even Duke going to be all right. Yeah, he will be. He'll be. At least I think you will anyway. All right? Well, listen, if I've said anything this morning that helps you get through the day, I appreciate it. And if I said something this morning that makes you say, what the hell is that all about? Well, that's good too. It's all about thinking. It's all about thinking. And then remember, it's not the falling that gives you the strength. It is the getting up each and every time you do. And listen, I do appreciate you guys. We can disagree without being disagreeable. Okay? Because I'm a libertarian. Okay? So, have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Good Lord say the same. And all of you, if you're leaving town sometime early this week, make sure you drive careful on the freeways and the byways of I did think about sneaking up to Indiana, but it's going to be snowing up there. I can barely drive when it's raining, barely drive in the dark. Okay, I think I'll just stay in Alabama. All right? I'll do a FaceTime with them. That's what I do. I'll do FaceTime, see what they're eating. Anyway, have a great day. Again, it's not the falling that gives you the strength. It's the getting up each and every time you do. All I can tell you this morning, keep getting up. Keep getting up. And everybody, has been through something that has or will change them for the rest of their life. If it has not happened yet, wait a minute, it will. Have a great day.
Thankful for